The XrossMediaBar is a graphical user interface developed by Sony Computer Entertainment. The interface features icons that are spread horizontally across the screen. Navigation moves the icons, instead of a cursor. These icons are used as categories to organize the options available to the user. When an icon is selected on the horizontal bar, several more appear vertically, above and below it. They, in turn, are selectable by the up and down directions on a directional pad. Originally used on the PSX, the XMB is used as the default interface on both the PlayStation Portable and PlayStation 3. Since 2006, it has also been used in high-end WEGA TVs, the BRAVIA starting with the 3000, the Sony XEL-1 OLED TV, HDTV set-top boxes, Blu-ray players, some Sony Cyber-shot cameras and the high-end AV receivers. The Sony Ericsson K850, W595, W760 and W910 feature a version of the XMB as their media menu. The XMB is also the menu system in the new generation of Sony's BRAVIA TVs. Sony has also added the XMB to its latest range of VAIO laptops. The interface won the Technology and Engineering Emmy Award for Outstanding Innovation and Achievement in Advanced Media Technology for the best use of personal media display and presentation technology in 2006. The XMB has been phased out starting with the PlayStation Vita, which adopted a new touch-based user interface called Live Area. On February 20, 2013, the PlayStation 4 was announced, and a new, non-XMB, user interface was shown. Although XMB is no longer used by Sony's flagship games consoles, Sony BRAVIA smart televisions continue to use it. PlayStation Portable, from left to right, the categories are these: Settings, Extras, Photo, Music, Video, Game, Network, and PlayStation Network. Once a category is selected, its options appear below the icon, selectable by pressing the button, or button. Going back is possible by pressing the left directional button or the button, or button. Some items have an option menu that can be displayed by pressing the button. The XMB is capable of limited multitasking. This is accessed by pushing the home button on the PSP 1000 and PSP 2000 and the PS button on the PSP 3000 and PSP Go while listening to music, looking at photos, etc. This feature can be used to watch a video, look at a photo, listen to music, and look at the current web page, all while browsing the XMB. However, what is in the background will be cancelled if any item is accessed on the XMB. The background color on the XMB changes color depending on the current month. On a PSP with firmware 2.00+, the background color can be changed or the background can be changed to a picture. On a PSP with firmware 3.70+, it is possible to listen to music and view photos simultaneously. On the PSP 2000, PSP 3000, and PSP Go models, there are a number of additional colors available for the XMB. On a PSP with at least System Software 4.20, the background waves effect has changed, with two options under Theme, then Color. These two options are the ability to change between the new waves effect and the classic wavy lines. On Update 5.00, the XMB received the PlayStation Store as a new feature. Themes for the PlayStation Portable users with System Software version 3.70 or newer for the PlayStation Portable have the ability to download themes and apply them to their system's XrossMediaBar without using custom firmware. Subsequently, Sony released software which allows users to create their own themes for the PlayStation Portable. PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 version of the XrossMediaBar includes 10 categories of options: users, settings, photo, music, video, TV video services, game, network, PlayStation Network, and friends. The dynamic lines on the background are more condensed into a ribbon rather than the PSP's large waves. Unselected icons shrink slightly and every selectable background color has been made a shade darker. The PS3 includes the following particular abilities: to store various master and secondary user profiles. To manage and explore photos with photo gallery or an ordinary musical non-musical slideshow. To rip audio CDs, rip iTunes AAC protected files, to copy tracks to an attached storage device. And to play music, movies and video files from the hard disk drive, from an optional USB mass storage or flash card, or from an optical disc. It also has compatibility for a USB keyboard and mouse and a full web browser supporting downloading of multiple file types. The Friends menu allows email with emoticons and attached picture features and video chat which requires an optional webcam. The PlayStation Network menu allows online shopping through the PlayStation Store. Also, the PlayStation 3 adds the ability to multitask in ways such as listening to stored audio files while surfing the web or looking at pictures. The PlayStation 3 XMB supports a variety of file formats. The PS3 reserves 48 MB of RAM at all times for XMB functions. And Game XMB menu equals. Sony Computer Entertainment America and many other sources state that in-game XMB was the single most requested feature for the PS3 in 2007. In-game XMB functionality was debuted before the launch of the PS3 by SCEI but was omitted due to technical reasons from the official launch. The feature was added to the PlayStation 3 on July 2, 2008 via System Update 2.40. However, roughly 11 hours after its release, download of the system update was disabled amidst isolated reports of problems reported by small groups of users since installing the update. Users who had not already downloaded the update were only able to download the previous version, 2.36. On July 8, 2008, System Software version 2.41 was released for the PlayStation 3 which restored the in-game XMB functionality of version 2.40 and addressed the problems Sony had found in 2.40. All of these issues were addressed in the 2.40 system update. Although the ability to play users' own music in-game was added with this update, a feature is dependent on game developers who must enable the feature in their games, perhaps by updating existing games. Prior to the update, basic forms of XMB friends lists could be found in some modern PS3 games including Resistance, Fall of Man, Warhawk, Rock Band, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, Kane and Lynch, Burnout Paradise. In addition, custom soundtracks, taking on the user interface of the XMB has been implemented into a few games such as Mainichi Iso, Superstar Dust HD, Burnout Paradise, MLB 08, The Show, Wipeout HD, Ghostbusters, High Velocity Bowling, Pain, The Beatles, Rock Band, and software such as Folding at Home. These partial functions of XMB have been reserved for the developer to implement. XMB color schemes equals, the XMB's default background color changes depending on the current month of the year, and it changes brightness depending on the time of day. Major color changes occur on the 3 days before the 15th and 24th of each month, while the color gradually changes between those dates. System Software version 1.90, released July 23, 2007, allows users to change the background of the XMB to display any image saved on the console's hard disk drive. Firmware 2.00 added the ability to select the background color of the XMB, and the brightness of the color. The same update also added extra font choices, and the ability to use custom themes that changed the icons, wallpaper, color, font, and, in some cases, the click sound effects. With the release of firmware 3.00, a sparkle effect has been added to the default theme and nighttime black theme has the current month color as a basis, instead of white. Themes can be created by Sony's official PlayStation 3 theme creator software or by theme compilers from third-party developers. PlayStation 3 themes are able to store images and sounds in order for users to customize their system's XMB. Themes can be shared via the Internet and can be downloaded directly to the PS3 system via the PS3's web browser. Sony Computer Entertainment also makes official themes available through the PlayStation Store, a service which is part of the PlayStation Network. A dynamic themes feature was added in software version 3.00, which allows the user to use animated themes. These themes may feature animated backgrounds which change throughout the day or respond to user input. Developer Q Games Limited, a small development company based in Kyoto, Japan, developed the graphics technology behind the XMB, its stylized background, and the built-in music visualizers. Sony has also collaborated with Stanford University to bring the Folding at Home project to the PS3. Once downloaded, the program can be configured to run when the system is idle or executed manually from the XMB. Folding at Home has now been integrated into life with PlayStation, which has been discontinued as of November 2012. BRAVIA. On the BRAVIA TVs that have the XMB, the BRAVIA version of the XrossMediaBar includes 7 categories of options. These include settings, photo, music, video, digital, analog, and external inputs. The BRAVIA XMB menu works similarly to the in-game XMB menu on the PS3, except with a home button instead. Therefore it lacks a background and is not BRAVIA's startup menu. Like the PSP and PS3, it has the ability to perform system updates and access the user's music and video on the TV. Unique to the BRAVIA XMB, however, is the ability to view digital channel information just by scrolling through the items on the menu. Although inputs can be instantly selected through the TV, XMB also handles the devices plugged into the TV along with the TV channels. Analog channels, unlike digital channels, do not display channel information on the XMB. Control. Generally, the XMB requires 8 different options on a controller. A 4-way directional pad is used to choose categories as well as highlighting options or actions within these categories. 2 additional buttons are required to select items which are highlighted, as well as to return to the previous level of menus, although usually pressing the left directional button will bring the XMB back to the previous menu and using the Start button to start software. Another button is required to display an option menu on a certain item. Some items might not have an option menu. Additionally, is used to group files on the XMB. The XMB can also be controlled by using the BRAVIA TV remote control and by using the PlayStation Move controller by waving the move around left to right as well as up and down. The controls have been cited as being similar to the film Minority Report. See also, WEGA menu, XBOX 360 dashboard NXE, live area. References. External links, 7-page article describing the XMB on IGN.